what's up, everybody? Okay, so today, once again, joining me is the video editor of this channel, Tommy Bryson.
Yo!
We're going to be talking about the preview for, unfortunately, get ready, people, the final episode of Dragon Ball Super, episode 131. We just rewatched the preview literally before pressing record, so it's very fresh on our minds, and boy, what a ride it's been. Tommy, honestly, when Dragon Ball Super came in 2015 and, Dragon Ball returning after so long of not having a TV anime, what did it feel like now, or what does it feel like now living all those moments and, even going back to that and that feeling you felt when, like, holy crap, Dragon Ball's back. Like, how does it feel, this whole ride, this whole experience?
It's definitely gone a long way. Like, honestly, like, from the movie that they made to, like, now us having over 130 episodes and still wanting more. Like, even when the movie came out, I was like, yo, I'm gonna need a series to this. And when the series came out and we got 130 episodes and we're officially ending at 131, we still need more episodes. Like, the hunger for Dragon Ball Z, like, it would never stop.
Yeah, I mean, I always go back to a line from The Fresh Prince. It was the episode where there was this British guy, and he was telling the story, and Uncle Phil was, like, falling asleep. But towards the end, the story got really interesting, and he was like, oh, well, I'm done for now. I don't want to tell no more story. And he said, the great mark of a great storyteller, or the big mark of a great storyteller, is always leave the people wanting more. So regardless of what you say, Dragon Ball Super, love it or hate it, the fact that millions of people are still wanting more. If you've seen on the internet just recently with episode 130, and I know we're trailing off, we're going to get into the preview in just a second, but you see there's 10,000 people in the streets of Ecuador watching the stream live of Dragon Ball Super, or I think the Ecuadorian government was playing it. In Mexico, there was bars upon bars, people getting on their feet screaming. There's no way, I don't ever see Toei saying, nah, we're going to let this go when people love this much. But I don't want us to trail too far off. Based off the preview, one of the big things we got to talk about. Okay, hold on one second. My niece and nephew, hold on 1 second. Yeah, so based off the preview, let's talk. For starters, we see 17 and Frieza. Let's keep in mind, too, let's note real quick, he's not in his golden form. He is in his regular final form. He's not in the little form. He's in his final form, but he's not in the golden form anymore, which means that shortly into the episode, he's probably going to get the tar knocked out of him. We're going to probably get a good, I want to say, 5 minutes at least of straight carnage of 17 fighting for his life, and probably once again Frieza getting beaten around. Like, is it just me, or does Toei love to have Frieza get, like, the shit knocked out of him?
I don't even know, man. Like, honestly, like, even Frieza coming back now with his, like, transformation, his golden Frieza form and everything like that. Like, I did see him like that, but I also saw some previews of, like, Frieza making his golden form buff, like, when he's at 100%. And I honestly think we can't let the series close out without Frieza getting some type of, like, power boost or transformation or something like that. Like, he can't be embarrassed, like, for the duration of the entire tournament and have, like, no redemption at the end of it. Like, that's how I actually stand with this entire thing with Frieza. What about you?
I think because, okay, let's take into consideration also, we do know the movie is coming, and from what we know, the movie takes place after Dragon Ball Super, and there's other little details about the plot, but I don't spoil it here. But I think based on the fact that the movie's taking place from where it left off, it's leaving me hope for a couple different things. Assuming Frieza survives and he gets his wish to come back, who knows? Maybe the movie could dive more into, well, where do we go from here with Frieza? Is he going to continue his rage? But let's look at Frieza right now. If they wanted to do some sort of major character change, I don't ever want them to change him from being this evil guy that he is, and there's certain aspects of, like, for example, prior to the tournament, and we can really deep dive if we want to, regarding Frieza's character that have still been left unexplored. His ambitions we've seen up until this point have been left at, I guess, a standstill because, we've seen Frieza being embarrassed, like you said, and I think what they're planning on doing, potentially, and again, this is all speculation, this isn't anything of a spoiler, I think they're building up, if not at this very last episode to give him his moment, potentially the movie, or even further. But I think if Frieza does survive and get his way and everything, they 100% win. Universe 7 gets it, and, of course, they wish everyone back or whatever. I think Frieza might have a bigger role, potentially even the movie. So maybe the movie could be the redemption that we all desperately want for him, considering the fact that Toppo and Jiren have made him into a fly.
Yeah, that's definitely true. That's definitely true.
Now, I guess let's talk about 17, because fans were rocked by 17's return at the end of 130. How did you feel about 17? I was bugging out.
I've always been really good at predicting where like shows and animes are going, but this is something that caught me like 100% off guard. Like when I saw Goku about to fall, like I'm not gonna lie, like I knew like he wasn't gonna fall all the way down. I felt like, all right, we know Frieza's around here somewhere, right? But when I saw like Frieza like blasting him up or whatever into a rock, but then I saw 17 next to him, that's when I lost my shit. I did not expect that whatsoever. I was like so surprised, and when I saw 17 say, "Oh, I guess I made it through," you know, like I don't even know, man. Like to be honest with you, like I felt like he had a Jiraiya ending, so I kind of didn't want him to come back, but I'm kind of glad he came back anyways. There's like a double thing with me with that, but I don't know how I feel about it. But I was super surprised. That's something I can say. I was super surprised, and I was caught off guard with his return, like 100%.
Yeah, it was definitely a curveball, because honestly, I think for the most part, because of the way Dragon Ball Super is so fast-paced, and, you know, every episode something huge is happening. Goku's unlocking a new transformation. Somebody's getting a really good moment, like, you know, what happened with Vegeta towards the end. Arguably, some people say it was a terrible moment. Whatever, that's subjective. But it allows you to sometimes forget, like, it's already been, you know, or shall I say it's only been a couple weeks. And honestly, 17, not that he was completely dismissed from my mind, because he is completely the MVP of this tournament.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to debate that with anyone. You know what I mean? That's MVP, Sir Bonaventure. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I just said there. But anyways, you know, we forgot about him, or especially me. I was kind of like, yeah, you know, he played his part, whatever. So for him to come out of nowhere, that definitely blew me away. The spoilers, which I guess we should address this real quick. The spoilers, quite a few of them that have been coming out. What Toei did is essentially they trolled us. They trolled all of us, and they trolled it in a magazine, because the spoilers come from magazines that Toei put like, you know, oh, next episode, Frieza's gonna do this and that, and they kind of basically omitted several details to make people believe it would go one way when it's not necessarily going that way. A lot of people thought in this episode Goku was going to take the L and it was going to be left to Frieza because of certain spoilers.
Yeah.
I think Toei added and embellished certain aspects, but I'm really glad it didn't go that way. How would you have felt if the entire weight of Universe 7 was left on the shoulders of Frieza to fight Jiren on his own?
I would have felt super, super unstable, to be honest with you. I would have not expected it. I don't even know how I would have felt, to be honest. Like I can't picture Goku from behind the scenes, like on the stage, like saying, "Go Frieza, you got this, you got this."
Oh,
like
gosh.
I can't picture like anybody like rooting for Frieza like that, you know, and like the fate of the universe on Frieza's shoulders, you know. So definitely, like I would have been I would have been surprised as hell, to be honest. I would have been in shock. I would have been like I would have been devastated.
Yeah, I mean, I would have liked it in terms of, whoa, we definitely didn't see that coming. So it would have been a nice surprise. But at the same time, because I got to keep on going back to certain aspects that people are forgetting, the pre-build-up, or the build-up, shall I say, to the Tournament of Power, we started diving into Frieza's character, into interesting aspects that were previously unexplored. Like, okay, aside from wanting to get revenge on Goku, what does he want to do now when he was kind of taunting or playing around with the gods? And I forget which god. I want to say it was the god of Universe 5, the god of destruction. He actually was even like, hey, you know, I'll join you or whatever. So it really makes you wonder, did Frieza maybe have different ambitions to begin with? Was he planning on screwing over Universe 7 from the start? And then slowly into it, he realized, yo, I'm outclassed by a lot of people. I can't pull this off right now. And he changes his mind. Like, I want more in what Frieza's whole game end plan is. Exactly, because it's like, yo, he was building up some nasty things when he was even talking about throughout the tournament, for that matter, he's going to surpass the gods someday. Here's a bold prediction for episode 131. Are you ready for this, Tommy? Are y'all ready for this?
Spoiler, he becomes a god of destruction.
Prediction. Bro, he's going to wish to the dragon for something even stronger. Maybe he's going to wish that he's stronger than even the Zenos leading into the film. The film leads into a whole other series. Maybe they might even go alternate reality thing. Maybe Dragon Ball might get pushed to a different timeline where it'll allow for GT to still be canon in its own separate continuity, but they could go the DC route. That would be, I'm kind of curious, how would you feel, and how would a lot of people feel in the comment section below, regarding if they went the route of like a pre-crisis crisis type of deal with DC, how they kind of switch things up and all of a sudden we're in a different timeline or whatever. What if GT is a whole separate timeline in and of itself because of things Trunks has done? He stopped GT from ever becoming. What if they actually even address that and they make it so that people don't throw away GT immediately because they're like, okay, that actually did happen, but it was in a different time frame or a different timeline than ours. Trunks actually, what about if the Android saga was what actually set everything to begin with to a different route? Obviously, the Android saga happened in GT, but maybe certain aspects, or maybe Trunks coming this time in Dragon Ball Super stopped GT from ever happening. How would you feel about that?
That's a really deep question, man. I don't know what to say, man, because I don't really care that, and I don't know how people are gonna feel about this comment, but I honestly don't even care about like GT that much, to be honest with you. Like I'm sorry, guys. Like I know you guys about to like go at me. Like don't at me. Just hate on me on this channel right here. Don't go to my channel, hate it on me. But listen, but I really liked like GT or whatever. I didn't like that they made like Goku like a kid or whatever. I liked the transformations. Those transformations were amazing. Like Vegeta becoming Super Saiyan 4 and then Super Saiyan 4 and then like they becoming like merging or whatever and defeating Shenron. But like I didn't really care about that series that much. It was goofy in some states. So from a personal standpoint, I wouldn't even mind if like GT gets erased.
That's interesting. Me, I like certain aspects of GT. I like the transformations, obviously.
Yeah.
I think GT's ending is the best Dragon Ball ending in any story we've seen thus far. Part 1 with, Goku becoming a man and then switching to Z. I didn't care for, especially in the anime, the fillers that they had towards the end of original Dragon Ball. And then Z, he goes off with the reincarnation of the last villain he fought to train him for some shit there. It's like, what? You know what I mean? So I didn't like that either. GT was a perfect bow on this story. Roshi saying, I hope your travels bring you back someday, Goku. Pan, his granddaughter, the legacy. I loved what they did. The final episode of GT is the best ending of any Dragon Ball story. So in that regard, I would be hurt by, that, because I love that. But it would open the doors for incredible possibilities, new transformations, or even using Super Saiyan 4, but having it be different. Maybe it'll be called Super Saiyan God 4 or something like that. There's so many possibilities as well. So I'd be a little hurt in that regard, but then at the same time, at the end of the day, GT, a good chunk of it to me is straight up nonsense, and I don't like it. So why not?
And as for like Frieza and like him like making a wish and all that stuff, I honestly think like Frieza might, like in this battle that's coming up, I wouldn't be surprised if like, imagine if Frieza gets like the entire like unlock thing like Toppa did, like, and he becomes like a god of destruction in the next episode. Like, how dope would that be?
I think it'll even be a step further. I'll throw you one right here. What if he wishes that he has the powers of the gods and he gets Yamoshi's spirit in him, and the whole movie is God Frieza, but mixed with Yamoshi? It's basically one of the Frieza race with Saiyan inside of him. That would be crazy. It sounds like fanfic, but it could go that route. You never know with Dragon Ball anymore. It's thrown us many twists and turns. Overall, what is the one thing, if you could have one thing happen in this final episode, what would it be? I know mine. What's yours?
What can I say? Guys, I honestly do not want, like, Jiren is an ass. Like, right now he's an ass, right? Because of what he did to Goku, kick him when he was down or whatever, he was about to get eliminated. And honestly, like, I saw, like, when Goku was kind of, like, shining the light on him, I thought Goku was going to, like, regenerate him for a second, right? But I don't want Jiren to like get eliminated. I want it to come to some point like to a stalemate, whereas like Goku gets eliminated, 17 gets eliminated, or maybe like Frieza stays with him, or like just like the opposite way, like Goku and him are left and the time runs out and it's both of them there. The two Zenos come down and they're like, oh my gosh, the time ran out. What are we gonna do now? We're gonna erase both of you, and it just like ends right there. Like, what are they gonna do? Like, are they gonna rebel against everything? God. That's what I want. That's what I want, bro.
Dude. Yo, Tommy just brought some fucking hype shit. If Dragon Ball Super ends on that note, that would be amazing. You know what? You topped my answer. My answer was going to be a very simplistic, jumping even out of the elements of the story. I was going to just say, I want, hey, Dragon Ball Super's taking a break, but we'll be back after the movie. Something like that. That's what I was going to say, but I like your idea even better because that confirms that at the very least the movie's going to take place from right then and there, and who knows what could happen afterwards, and it'll be really interesting. Fuck it, I go with Tommy's. Kind of curious what you guys think. in regards to the final episode, what is one thing that you want to see in Dragon Ball Super that we haven't seen yet? Whether it's a long-term goal you wanted to see one of the characters reach, you want to see Jiren do the Macarena in front of the Zenos. What is it that you want to see in the final episode of Dragon Ball Super? And one other thing, because, pretty much this is one of the last, this is the last prediction or preview video or whatever. What does Dragon Ball mean to you in your life? And, whatever it may be, is it just something entertaining to you? Does it inspire you? I'll tell you guys one thing. When it comes to that character, Son Goku, no matter what silliness comes out of it, no matter what epicness, he, to me, is a symbol of overcoming no matter what comes your way and becoming greatness without even trying. And I love and respect that. And no matter what, Dragon Ball could be over for 20 years, I'm always going to love this series, and I'm always going to respect and look at that character of a symbol of that's how you do it. That's how you live life. So I just wanted to give my little emotional thing there. Tommy, any last words regarding Dragon Ball? We'll probably do one wrap up, I want to say, after the final episode, just me and Tommy. Maybe we'll even do a straight up hour-long or 2-hour-long podcast type of deal. Let me know too if you guys want to see that. You want to see me and Tommy? Maybe we'll even take some calls. We'll do some live thing or something like that, and just have a good time. Really rock out with everybody. Have a one last bon voyage. Not that Dragon Ball's leaving from the channel. There's still the movie. There's going to be announcements. There's still going to be discussions, theories for the movie, all sorts of stuff still coming. So don't worry, it's not like Dragon Ball's leaving the channel. But in terms of obviously new content, I believe the manga will be the lasting thing up until the movie and whatever's to come. So Tommy, last thoughts on everything.
Anime and manga
for life, boy. Bow. Yo, Ultra Instinct, the new single, is out on iTunes and Spotify.
We'll get it.
Nah. But that's all we have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything we had to say or enjoyed the video, drop us a like. We'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from us, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and stalk my Facebook to get more when the video ends. Also, if you would like to subscribe to Tommy Bryson, he talks about Dragon Ball occasionally, the things that you get in life. Description has his link to his YouTube channel as well. Go subscribe to him. Like I said, he's a part of the ForneverWorld team, so you'll see Tommy around. If you're looking for Fornev, you can't get Fornev, at least hit up Tommy. You'll find out what's up with me. As always, people, have an awesome day, and anime and manga for life, boy.
Wow.
That's how it be though, nothing but great effort just to get a C though. Eyes watching but we never seem to be though. Even when stakes are high we never seem to meet yo. It's always please yo, never satisfied though. What the fuck I gotta do to get by though?